The person in your mind loves you, but the real reason for your distance will shock you. Take a slow breath before you begin, because this message is not light, it is not surface level. It speaks to the quiet space between two people who feel everything but say almost nothing. If one person keeps living in your mind, not occasionally, not randomly, but constantly, there is a reason deeper than coincidence. And if there is distance between you, emotional, physical, or silent distance, then listen carefully, because the distance is not what you think it is. 1. The first truth you must understand. The person in your mind does love you, not in a dramatic movie-style way, not in loud words or constant messages, but in a way that is heavy, quiet, and often painful. This is not someone who forgot you. This is not someone who moved on easily. This is someone who carries you with them everywhere. They remember small things about you, your tone, your reactions, the way you made them feel safe or exposed. So why the distance? Because love does not always make people come closer. Sometimes love makes people step back. 2. Love sometimes awakens fear, not courage. When someone truly loves you, something dangerous happens inside them. They start seeing what they lack, what they might lose, what they are not ready to give. You don't just touch their heart, you touch their insecurities, their past wounds, their unhealed parts, and that scares them. Not because you did something wrong, but because you did something right. You made them feel something they were not prepared to feel. 3. The distance is not rejection, it is self-protection. This may shock you, but listen carefully. The distance exists because they feel too much, not too little. They know that if they come closer, they will fall deeper. They will become vulnerable. They might lose control. So instead of risking that, they choose silence. They don't want to hurt you, but they are terrified of hurting themselves or failing you. Distance becomes their armor, for they think you deserve better than them. This is one of the most painful truths. They look at you and think, I'm not enough for this person. They see your emotional depth, your expectations, your capacity to love fully, and instead of rising to meet that, they shrink. So they tell themselves they'll be happier without me. I'll only disappoint them. I'm not stable/ready/healed enough. Distance becomes an act of twisted love. 5. They are fighting an internal war you cannot see. While you wonder why they don't reach out, they are battling thoughts like, should I text or stay silent? If I come back, what if I ruin everything? What if I can't give what they need? Their silence is not peaceful, it is loud inside their mind. They replay moments with you. They imagine conversations that never happen. They miss you in ways they don't admit to anyone. 6. Love without healing creates distance. Here is a hard truth many people avoid. Love alone is not enough when someone is unhealed. If they carry past betrayal, abandonment wounds, fear of commitment, fear of losing freedom, then love feels like a threat. You represent closeness. Closeness represents responsibility. Responsibility represents possible pain. So they create space, not because they don't care, but because they care too deeply. 7. They don't trust themselves with your heart. This part is rarely spoken aloud. They don't trust their own consistency, their own emotional stability, their ability to stay. They know how deeply you feel, they know how serious you are, and they are afraid of entering something they might not be able to protect. Distance feels safer than breaking your heart. 8. Why your mind keeps going back to them. Now let's talk about you. Why can't you stop thinking about them? Because emotional connections don't end when communication ends. Your soul sensed unfinished energy, unspoken truth, a connection that wasn't allowed to fully unfold. Your mind returns to them because something was paused, not completed. Distance without closure creates mental loops. 9. They think about you when you don't expect it. Late at night, during quiet moments, when something reminds them of you, they wonder, are they okay? Do they still think of me? What would have happened if I had been braver? But they don't reach out because love mixed with fear creates paralysis. 10. The shocking truth about the distance. Here is the truth that surprises most people. The distance exists because this connection would change them, and not everyone is ready to change. You challenge their patterns, you reflect their shadows, you invite growth they didn't plan for. So instead of evolving, they retreat. Distance becomes a pause in transformation. 11. This is why forcing closure never works. If you chase explanations, if you demand clarity, if you push for answers, they pull away even more. Not because you're wrong, but because pressure activates their fear. Some truths can only surface when fear settles. 12. What this means for you? This is the most important part. You are not unlovable. You were not too much. You did not imagine the connection. You encountered someone who loved you but wasn't ready to meet you at the same depth. That is not your failure. 13. Love doesn't always mean togetherness. Sometimes love means distance for growth, silence for reflection, separation for healing. Not all love stories are meant to continue the way they begin. Some are meant to wake you up, not stay forever. 14. If they ever return, it will be different. If they come back one day, it won't be casual. It will be because fear lost its power. Healing happened. They finally chose courage. Till then, the distance serves a purpose. 15. The final message for you. Stop blaming yourself for someone else's unhealed wounds. Stop shrinking to make someone feel safe. Stop waiting in emotional suspension. If they love you, they will meet you, not halfway, but fully. And if they cannot, then the distance is not punishment, it is redirection. 16. Remember this always. Someone can love you deeply and still not be ready to stay. And that truth, as painful as it is not meant to break you. It is meant to lead you to the love that doesn't require distance to survive. Welcome to Psychology Fact. If you're curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a fact that could change the way you see life.